This is my real life wife that I'm married to in real life.
อันนี้จะเอาลงเหรอ
Maybe.
No.
I've used the same camera for the entire time that I've been doing Christopher's Factory. I use a Canon 80D, and if you have never seen one before, they're massive. They're very heavy. My lens is fat. You know, holding this thing, it looks very stable because it's huge. And I didn't really notice that effect happening until I got my new camera, which is a Sony a6600, and it's very small. It's very small and it's very light. And one of the first things that we did after I got my new camera is we went to the Children's Museum in Denton. It's called the Exploratorium. We didn't know it was a children's museum, but it was still really fun. In fact, I probably had more fun there than I would have at a normal museum, because I was sitting there pressing all the buttons and playing with all the toys and taking tons of video and getting a whole bunch of inspiration for Christopher's Factory. What I noticed when I got home, though, is I started reviewing all the footage and trying to edit some sort of compilation together of all the cool things that we saw, and all of the footage was so shaky. And I realized that it's because this little tiny camera, it absorbs like all of the shakes from my hands, right? Everybody's hands nobody's got a perfectly still hand, right? But that little tiny camera, it's like holding this rod from the center, and even small shakes from your hands are going to result in equivalent, pretty large angular rotations. But by moving your grip closer to the outside, or by getting more leverage, right, increasing the distance between those 2 points where you're grabbing it, you can have leverage work on your side such that even moderate shakes is only going to result in a small angular distance traveled. Like all of my ideas, this is not revolutionary, and somebody has already thought of it. All of these basically use the same principle. You separate things further away, you can use your shoulder and your hands as one point for like the up and down movement, and you can use your two hands separated from each other for the left and the right movement to kind of dull that away without using any sort of active gimbaling or active stabilization that uses motors to kind of counteract what you're doing. You can do it yourself just by the laws of geometry, and people have been using stuff like this forever. But my idea was almost, like a poor man's SmallRig is kind of what I had in mind when I was doing this. The idea being that you could use these 5/16 or whatever size threaded rods, and you could separate these by as far as you want compensation for, or by as little as is convenient. And also you have the added convenience of being able to vary that without having to buy like a $70 piece of equipment every time you want something different. If you do photography or videography for very long, you start to accumulate all these parts that you notice fit together. And the reason is because they all use the same mounting standard that most medium to small size cameras use. And I say mounting standard, but it's not anything more than just standard 1/4 inch nuts. So you can grab one or two of these handles that I designed, assemble it together just like this and put the 1/4 inch nut facing upward, and you can just screw that directly into your camera. So I made this so that you can just screw your camera into it. It doesn't have to be facing the exact right direction because you can tighten this little nut up against the bottom of it, and you have enough leverage on a comfortable rig. This one's not that far away, but I've made ones that are as wide as my arm span, and it's amazing how smooth a video that you get out of those with no sort of active stabilization or active gimbaling, just based on it's just geometry, it's just physics, right? When you have enough leverage on the camera, you can get really still videos without having to buy expensive equipment. This is probably $1 worth of plastic, maybe $1 worth of nuts and bolts. So if I put another bolt through this little window here, screw the threaded rod into it, and then tighten this nut up against the other. Then once that threaded rod is in there, I can screw the other handle into place, put another nut on the end to tighten it down, wrench everything down so that it doesn't come undone. And just like that, for almost no additional cost, you now have a rig that you could be, practically running around with, and it would have significantly reduced wobble. Plus, with how 3D printing gives everybody the option to design anything to be customized to their heart's content, you could add all sorts of little attachments for battery holders, flashes, external things for your camera. There's no limit to what you could add for free, basically, to a rig that you make yourself. So I know this isn't a huge deal project, but it was just kind of something that I found interesting and wanted to upload along with the files to Thingiverse. So this has been the poor man's SmallRig, the passive gimbal with surprisingly good results, surprisingly comfortable handles, at least for my sausage fingers, given that I designed these kind of on a whim with no thought going into them. They're surprisingly comfortable to hold. Thank you again for watching, and thank you to everybody who supports me on patreon.com/Christopher'sFactory, and I hope you have a wonderful day.